Okay people, this is himself and welcome to another Armor King Tekken 7 guide. In this video we're going to take a look at SS+3+4 aka Neck Cutter Kick. What I'm going to show you is guaranteed hits, a burning knuckle setup and a 130 damage combo related to the subject, so stick around for that. So Neck Cutter is a low crushing kick and it comes out in 24 frames. It does 28 damage and Armor King lands on the floor. Now when it's blocked you're at -6, but what you can do is tech roll, and when that happens you recover standing. But you're left at -26 guard frames and that means that they get a free mix up. But what's more interesting is what happens on hit. Here you get a stun, but since you go to ground it's a bit hard to combo off. Now J-King did show that if you slice up a certain way and tech roll a certain way you can get some damage, but I found tech rolling consistently a bit difficult. But what I did find is that if you slice left and stand up, you do have some options. The first one is DB3. As you saw just a second ago, they can't tech roll from the stun, and because of that the sweep is guaranteed, so your total damage is 44. The second option is D4. Now this is a bit more difficult, but it is a true combo and they do end up closer to you. The downside though is that the damage is the same and it doesn't even break the floor. But the best option in my opinion is ground throws, because here the attempt is guaranteed and you can see that by the continuous bar of red damage. Now the way to do this is to hold 3 after the neck cutter, hit up to stand and then down back +1. If you try to do it another way, what you tend to end up with is from crouching 3 or while standing 3, which is not what you want. Now the one throw here gives you the ankle lock and that is 35 damage, but it also leaves them close enough for Oki. Sadly nothing is guaranteed because they can stand up and block, but what you can do is a mix up. The first option is D3. This hits side rolls, wake up kicks and lying idle. It also hits people who get up and don't block low. However, it can be interrupted by the spring kick and the recovery kick. To cover that we can use D2. This is a safe mid and it beats out wake up kicks and the spring kick, but it still leaves us out to the recovery kick. So to cover that we can use hop kick. This will beat out that option and wake up kicks as well. The problem though is that it can be blocked by standers and it whiffs against back rollers, so it is risky. Now if you get a hard read on side rolls you can go for ground throws, but the 2 throw doesn't do any damage, so you don't really have a mix up here. Speaking of the 2 throw, you can do this after neck cutter as well and it's not a bad option. Here it picks them up back turned and that means that F+2-1 is guaranteed, and because of that your total damage is very similar to ankle lock. But the real fun happens when your back's to the wall, because here you switch positions and the 2 throw gives you a wall bump. From there you can slice it around and get over 100 damage in total. But things are even better when you're at the balcony, because in this situation DB24 will balcony break and turn them around, and that means that on this stage you can actually do 130 damage. Now in some cases you might not get that second wall splat, but you can still do 100 damage easy. But why would you do that when you can actually get a burning knuckle? To do this you have to use FF4 to balcony break and you have to hold forward after the tailspin, otherwise the unblockable won't reach, but it is guaranteed, so if you've got the skill you might as well go for it. The last thing I want to show you is something that I'm a little skeptical on. As you've already seen, with your back to the wall you can do the pull up and bump them. Now this gets you enough plus frames for certain moves to be guaranteed, like 1+2-2. Now this move is a little bit special because they can't tech roll from it, and that means you can do another pull up and repeat the process. But as you can see here, you don't end up perfectly aligned every time, and that means that after the 4th pull up you don't get another bump. But to avoid that you can use back chop instead. Now this is also guaranteed and it has a built-in slice up left, so you don't get the angle problem. What that means is that in theory you have a death trap, but in practice this is just not going to happen, because after the second pull up people are just going to break the throw and that just means that it's just a bit of fun. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, then give me a thumbs up. If you think I've missed something out or got something wrong, then say so in the comments. There's more Armor King videos coming, so keep your eyes peeled for that, and I'll see you guys in the future.